sheesh. It looked like these cases against Trump are just backfiring back to back to back. And the 5, we're going to dissect what they have to say about Alvin Bragg's case against Trump suffering this embarrassing setback.
Day 11, the Democrats' lawfare trial against Donald Trump. The prosecution bringing in their 9th and biggest witness yet, longtime Trump aide Hope Hicks. And today she testified that she couldn't recall, but says it was possible that she was in a meeting between Donald Trump and David Pecker, a meeting that is critical to Bragg's entire case. And as usual, Donald Trump is blasting the whole thing after court.
The government, DOJ, et cetera, and in particular lately this office of DA, which is letting crime, violent crime, run rampant all over our city. These are vicious, radical left lunatics. The DA here is Soros-backed. So I just want to wish everybody a very good weekend. We have a country to build. We have to rebuild it. Our country has gone to hell. We're a nation in decline.
That comes as Alvin Bragg's case against Trump suffers more embarrassing setbacks. Stormy Daniels' ex-lawyer, Keith Davidson, said he would not use the term hush money to describe the payment to Daniels. And even the liberal media is starting to admit the case is weak.
I've seen precious little evidence presented yet that Trump wasn't floating above. I mean, I've seen very little evidence of Trump's direct involvement in getting this accomplished. So, correct me if I'm wrong.
No, you're right. A lot of that's going to come from Michael Cohen. Prosecutors certainly haven't proven their entire case, their burden now by any stretch of the imagination. But something that certainly has not been established thus far, 8 or 9 days in, is, well, what can we say about the involvement of the actual defendant?
We need the receipts.
Meanwhile, Donald Trump is denying reports that he keeps falling asleep during court, saying on Truth Social, quote, "I simply close my big, beautiful eyes, blue eyes, sometimes, listen intensely and take it all in." So, Judge, where's this all going if even CNN is admitting that the prosecution hasn't proved its case beyond a reasonable doubt or at all?
Well, if they continue along this vein, there will be an acquittal even by a pro-Democrat anti-Trump jury. Okay?
For sure.
Now, remember, everyone said they could be fair, but just about everybody hates Donald Trump. I mean, that's on this jury. But I think the significant thing is that David Pecker, when he testified, the head of AMI and the tabloid, said that he didn't discuss this with Donald Trump, and he certainly didn't discuss the fact that this was a campaign contribution. Davidson would not, as you just said, agree it was hush money. He said it was consideration, which is a part of a contract, and he denied it was hush money. And then today we had Hope Hicks. Hope Hicks didn't lay a finger on Donald Trump. So we're in day 11 with a 9th witness, and nobody has touched Donald Trump. So what this tells me is that Michael Cohen is the key here.
Yep.
And Trump and his lawyers will destroy him. I think there's something very important to go back to, and it's a fundamental. The people have the obligation to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt to 12 people. It's got to be a unanimous verdict. And if there is an explanation other than what the prosecution suggests, that is reasonable doubt right there. So Hope Hicks said today that Donald Trump, when he heard about the information coming out, I don't know about which woman, he said, "Don't let Melania get the newspapers. I don't want her seeing anything." That is proof positive that this was not about a campaign contribution. This was about saving his marriage, and he didn't want to get in trouble, which is the classic example of why men enter into NDAs.
Well, Greg, if Michael Cohen is the ultimate witness, I'm sure he'll save the case.
One thing is for damn sure true. If you got CNN over there phoning and over there like, this trial y'all got on Trump right now, it do look frivolous. Y'all got them phone like that? Something is wrong. And I mean, just look at the values of the left, right? Trump having an affair with a woman is such an abominable crime. Just think about all of the tax money, our tax money, that the Democrats have wasted in their efforts to try to just take this man Trump down. Sick, right? If you ain't gonna say it, then I'ma say it. Y'all look desperate.
Or he'll save the case.
Yeah, and then you put in this guy Davidson. These guys make Michael Avenatti look like Thurgood Marshall. I mean, these key witnesses are so slimy, they leave a trail behind them. in simplest terms, the key witness, Michael Cohen, is the same person who supplied Trump with the advice that got him charged. So again, it's like a patient having the wrong kidney removed, and the hospital and the doctor are suing the patient for malpractice.
Right.
You can give 100 coats of paint on this turd, it's still a turd, and it seems like Trump is flushing it down Alvin Bragg's toilet. By the way, in terms of the sleep thing, Trump has got to embrace it. If there's a time and a place to sleep, it's there. He should bring a blanket and a neck pillow, maybe a little cocoa, have a little ambient music on the side, because you know what? He shouldn't devote any attention to this because it's a farce. Judge is right. Will the jury see it as a farce? But everybody who's paying attention now sees it for what it is. This thing is more fabricated than Joe Biden's memories.
He's just resting his beautiful blue eyes, Harold. What do you think is going to happen here?
I don't know. I tend to agree with the judge in one big aspect. The jury, this will get to a jury at some point. Thus far, what I've read in the public narrative, there's nothing that says there was a crime. There's some embarrassing things and salacious things, but there's nothing criminal here. I differ with the judge in this regard. I think the jury can be fair, and I think this jury. I think those two lawyers on that jury will if you're in President Trump's shoes, you want lawyers there to be able to help if indeed people are enraged or intrigued by some of the salacious things being said. But I tend to agree with the fella on CNN we played. I've not read or seen. I have it on in the background, and I kind of read the things that we're not in the courtroom, obviously, but it doesn't appear that what they have to prove, that they have proven it yet.
Yeah,
they ain't going to be able to.
Polling shows that they also haven't proven it politically to the American people, which is what the left has been trying to do, given that they clearly can't prove there's been a crime committed here.
In terms of what they want to do, they want to show that he only cares about his campaign, doesn't care about his family. And as you said, he came out and said he didn't want Melania to know. It was deeply embarrassing. He wanted his family to be
definitely
proud
a
of
lie.
him. That was cold picks. The other thing is, towards the end of her testimony, reportedly she just broke down and started crying.
Oh, she did?
Yeah. So they had to have a pause, and they go, I guess she's done. No, she came back. She goes, sorry. And it just goes to, if you met her, she's like the kindest person. She is so efficient. And I've seen with things come at Trump from everywhere. She was one of 3 people running his 16 campaign, never lost it, always calm, always under pressure. And you realize there's some really, Ronna Graff is another one who was a longtime assistant. These are the nicest people you want to meet. Now all of a sudden they got worldwide scrutiny. Yeah. They're not built for it, and they deserve better.
And also, she moved on from this world of politics 5 years ago. And of course, now they're trying to just drag her back into it. Let her live her life, leave her alone.
I'm just saying. I agree with Judge Janine. He might as well embrace him falling asleep in court. I mean, these are definitely some sleepy allegations, stuff that he should be easily trumping over. I see what I did there. But yeah, man, I think that, he should go ahead and start the whole pillow business. I think Trump can sell some pillows right now. Hey, he could sell a mugshot. But let me ask y'all this. Do anyone really think that this is going to be a fair trial? I don't think that this is ever gonna be fair. None of them are fair. I mean, look at what just happened with him and Letitia James. That wasn't fair. Think about it. The voters, us, we're deprived from being able to hear from our Republican candidate, be able to campaign regularly, at least. I'll just say that because he does do what he got to do. But the only people that are allowed to speak and campaign right now is the Democrats. They also got a gag order on this man. That ain't interference in no way. At all. And if Alvin Bragg is depending on Michael Cohen to kind of like bring this case to a home run, he probably got a rude awakening coming for sure. Because Davison, Michael Cohen, Stormy Daniels, these people have been known to want to try to extort money from Trump for years. So if there's no case, why are they still going on with this? I'll repeat, this is not about actually having a case. This is about keeping that man off of the ballot, keeping him off of the campaign trail. That's what this is actually about. That's why this frivolous case that even the Democrats are looking at and going, what is this? Not to mention the money that is taking this man to defend his freedom. Y'all telling me this ain't lawfare? And it's starting to seem like people like Alvin Bragg, people like Letitia James, people like Fani Willis, they all just poster childs right now, who just here to take the heat for the big one, Biden. Now, I'm gonna play y'all this clip that we watched a while ago, but I think it serves a great purpose to drive home the point of no matter what they continue to throw at this man, we gonna continue to unite. And the more y'all continue to try to pile up these frivolous allegations, the more we're gonna unite. The more y'all try to get him in jail, the more we're gonna unite. You get the theme here? Huge shout out to Cali.
When the left is like, you worship Trump, you're in a Trump cult. Actually, our support of Trump has more to do with you. We don't like seeing what you are doing to our country and what you are doing to our kids. We like Trump because he actually stood up to you and also exposed you. You want socialism. We don't. You want to teach our children about multiple genders in kindergarten. You want to fund abortions with our taxpayer money. We don't want to do that. You want everything to be hyper race focused, the police defunded, drag queen story hours, higher taxes, etc., etc. We don't worship Trump. We just can't stand you.
Honestly, I wish I could have liked that video a million times. What more can I say?